What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode on the Factory Flare SMP. Last episode, we made the iron farm over there, and we did some terraforming for our base. You can see it looks a lot better now, and I did add in a little bit of a path from the house to the iron farm. I'm going to continue it down the side over here, and then have it kind of go through here, over by Stox's base, and then come over to Owen's, and eventually it's going to lead all the way down to Blobfish's base over there. Now this episode, I'm planning to get an automated storage system in. So I've started clearing out someone gave me a bar of chocolate. Nice. I have started clearing out this area of the house because I have made a schematic in a creative world that I'm going to use to make the house a little bigger. Because right now there isn't much room to add a vault, which is what I would use to store the items in. So I have actually expanded the house that way, backwards, and up a little bit. You can see with the schematic right here, the house extends back over here at that layer, and then it also goes up there, which is where I'm going to store the vaults and kind of make the storage system, and the interface will be somewhere in this new area. But what I need to do now is clear out all the steam engine stuff, so I will have to figure out another way of kind of move this somewhere so I still have power for the stuff in my base. And then yeah, okay, now that we have gotten rid of all of the steam engine stuff for here, I think it's about time we start getting the materials for the schematic. It's not too bad. It's mainly some roof parts, cobblestone, and then just the spruce and the logs for the expansion over here. And I believe Owen has made a tree farm over here, and he said I could use it as long as I AFK at it for a bit. So I should be able to get all of the spruce and oak from over here if I dodge the saws and look in the chest. Yep, he's got a ton of spruce. Wow, he has a lot of spruce wood. And then I'll just grab some over here, and that should be enough for, yeah, plenty of oak, plenty of spruce. I do need a lot of spruce, but that should be covered. And then I do need to make some resizable spruce window planks, and to make those, you need window base, and you need sticks and glass, and I don't have any glass, I don't think, and for that I need sand. Now I know Blob does live over by a river, so I might just go over there and grab some sand from the bottom to make the glass for the window base. So after a bit of resource gathering, I took some spruce from the wood farm over there. I managed to get all of the items I will need for the house expansion. You can see on the clipboard, mainly the things we needed were just the spruce planks, some logs, roofs, and then stairs and slabs. But let's start schematic cannon. I think I have enough gunpowder for all of it, and the schematic is in the right spot. So let's go. Well, it seems something has gone wrong with schematic cannon. It has stopped here for something. It might be a problem with chunk borders. Oh, I think it's a problem with claimed chunks. So I'm gonna unclaim everything, and then I think we should be able to. I'm gonna sleep first. So if we reset the schematic to where it needs to go, and oh no, the cows are still here. We should probably move Jeremy and all the cows so they don't get hurt. I'll just put them all in the iron farm for now. Okay, now that we have moved all the cows to safety in the iron farm, all I need to do now is position the house schematic in the right spot. Just go down one, and then a bit over. There we go. And it should be aligned with the part that's already been built. If we set the schematic cannon to replace solid with any, it should work fine. And then put the schematic in and start it. After that schematic, you can see up here we have a lot more room. We have a whole back area. Although it seems it didn't take down this wall, I guess I'll have to do that. But we have this area over here. It's just an expansion of this first area in the house. The house, it has more than doubled in size. It's basically this whole area and then again over here. So we have way more room to put stuff. And then down below I also expanded the area down here. Oh, this part didn't get schematic cannoned out either, but I guess I'll have to do that. I outlined it with some polish andesite, added more fence, and then I can put a workshop of sort down here with some presses, maybe deployers, bulk smelters, bulk washers, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to clean up the missing parts and parts that didn't get deleted, and then I'm going to start probably making a storage system, which is why I added this part up here so we can fit some vaults and packagers and stuff like that, so we can have a storage interface down here. Now you can see that it's a lot more open down here. There's some lanterns to have some light, and there's also an outside area over here. I might add something here eventually, and it's just on the side of the house. And if you go back upstairs through the door, you can see it's a lot more open. I added a temporary staircase here so we can get up here and design the logistics for the storage system, add some vaults and stuff like that. And then I was thinking I would have the interface be right here, so when you walk in the house there's like a barrel and then the blaze burner with the stock ticker. I'll have to decide how I'm going to do that, but first I do need some of the vaults. So to store the items, which needs iron, barrels, and then I need some packagers, fraud ports, and then maybe some of the chain conveyors and chain drives. And I think I'm going to use chutes to drop the packages down, so have the vaults up here and then shoot the packages down into a barrel, and then use the same thing for an input. So output, the items will come down from the top into a barrel here, and then input, if you put items here, they will get sent upstairs into the vaults. Now, before we get the materials for the storage system, I would like to say I managed to get an IOU from TV Dude. I did give him infinite, he can use my iron farm whenever he wants, but now I have an IOU. After thinking about it for a bit, I think I want to have my storage interface be right here. So we're going to need 2 barrels, an input barrel and an output barrel, and then you do need some sort of mob. I think I'm going to use a blaze burner that I have just right here in the middle, and then the vaults will be upstairs through here, I don't think I can fit, I could fit one 3x3, but I think it would be better if I made some 2x2 vaults, like this. Could put another vault on top of here, and, oh, I fell. Put another vault here, and then put a vault here, and then here again on top. I'm going to leave this space empty for now so I can still get back up, but eventually there's going to be a vault here. So the items will input through here. I'm going to need, I'll put a barrel here, and then I'm going to need a frog port, some packagers and frog ports, a packager on each of the vaults so they can send items out. I'll make a chain drive, put it on these girders up here. Oh, I fell again. So now if I connect this, I can attach the frog ports to this chain drive here, and then have an output one, so the frog will just put the packages in the barrel, and then I'll have a unpackager here to go into the output barrel. For the input one, I might just put a frog port on top of the barrel that will send it somewhere up here, and then have a belt here that will bring it along the vault with a brass funnel on each side. And then I'll probably put a fan on the ground here, and then send the items up another layer so it can get to these top vaults. So the items will come through here, and then they will go into these two vaults until they're full, and if they go past that, it will go up a layer and start going into these two vaults. That should be plenty of storage for just my starter base. I went ahead and crafted most of the things that I'm going to need to use, like the stock ticker right here. So now we do have a stock keeper network set up, but we don't have anything connected to it yet. Once we put the stock links on, we need to put packagers on each of the vaults. So I'll go ahead and put in the fourth vault here. So a packager on each vault, stock link on each vault, which is what connects it to the stock keeper down here, and then frogs on each of the packagers, so they will output the packages. And now we need a frog port here, ignore what Blob just said, and then we need some sort of input system for here. So if we go ahead and connect a belt down here, that should work. Make it a little bit longer, and then we can have a barrel sit here with a packager and another frog port on top. So this one will be, we'll call you Frank. So items sent to, actually I'll call you Frankie, and our input frog will be Frank here. So items will come out of the vaults and they will get sent to Frank right here, and then they will go down, and once I put a packager down, they will be unpackaged into here. And when I want to send something up, I'm going to need another frog port, but I'll have a frog port on the barrel, and then, or a packager and then a frog port on the barrel, and those will be sent to Frankie. Frankie will input the items into this barrel, and once I put some, here I can put on my cardboard armor, and now I can fit into blocks that are only one block in size. Now that I am back here, I can have a funnel going out of the barrel with then a brass funnel going into this vault with another one going into that vault. So the items will come out of the barrel and go into this vault right here. And when that one gets full, they will go into this vault. And then eventually I'm going to have a fan here, but I need a brass funnel there. And then continue with another belt across here. So the items will come up through that chute, and they will then enter into this vault. And when that one gets full, it will enter into this vault. So the only thing left to do is bring some power over here, of course. And then I'm going to need to put a fan right below the chute right here, so the items will move upwards instead of just falling towards the ground. I'm going to need to power all of this somehow, which I'll figure out real quick. I believe I have gotten this all set up correctly and connected to power. It starts up here at the chain drives, or chain conveyors, then follows these chain drives down to this belt. This belt is then also connected to this belt down here by the chain drives, and that comes back here and powers this fan at the bottom. Now I don't know if all of the directions are right, so I will have to make some power to see if they are. And for that, I'm just going to remake that old steam engine that I had at the back of my house. I've got the fluid tanks and the steam engine already. I just have to build it real quick. It's just going to be another passive one until we make an infinite lava pit, and then I'll make a real power station. And you never know, maybe I'll take after Mr. Beardstone and make a power company. As you can see here, I have made just a regular passive steam engine, but it is extremely tall. That's because it's easier to just make the fluid tanks tall, and then the steam engine at the top here leads in here. So once I power the chain conveyor, all of the belts should start moving. But it seems Blob has just finished his windmill, so let's go check that out. Over here by his base, I can already see the windmill coming. It turns out that isn't a house, it's a windmill. It looks really good actually, the building. If we come down over to where Blob is, it's a cave house. It looks really good. So that windmills are really good ways of getting power. And just has some andesite scaffolding to get up. And there's nothing in the inside of the building. But the tower, it does look rough. Beware of windmill, it may hit you. Well, that's not a safety hazard at all. Anyway, windmill looks pretty good actually. Nice job, Blob. Okay, now we're back at the windmill. The pump is just being powered by a small water wheel down here, and then the power goes all the way up there. So if I go up to the attic where all the vaults and stuff is, now that we are up in the attic, we can connect this powered shaft onto a rotation speed controller and a large cog wheel. So I believe we can set this to 256. That will make the items come around the fastest. And I just need to get that onto this chain conveyor right here. So I connected the rotation speed controller to the chain conveyor, but it does look like this belt is going the wrong way. So if I switch the direction, this belt is going the right way, and this belt is actually going the right way too. Now let's see if this fan is going the right way, because if it's going the wrong way, the items, they won't go up, they will still just go down out the bottom of the chute. Yep, it looks like this chute, the items move upwards and onto this belt. So if I replace the vault right here and come over here, this storage system, it should be fully working. So we have Frank and Frankie right here. Frankie is the input. So if I put some items in here, say spruce planks, and then I come downstairs, if I right click here, we have 90 spruce planks in stock. And if I send a stack of spruce planks to Frank, they should come through here. Oh, there's a bowl in there. And it works. The spruce planks then come in. And, oh, I haven't set up the input, so I need another frog. So let me go grab some slime balls real quick. If we put the packager on top of the barrel, and then I'll have to go back upstairs, set this frog port on, set it onto the chain right here, and then downstairs, put it on top of the packager. We will need to power this packager, so if I make a lever real quick and power the packager, and oh, actually you have to put a sign on packagers to set the address to where they are going. So if I quickly make a sign, and our input is Frankie, so if I send everything in here to Frankie, it should be input. So let's just chuck everything in here, and all of that goes to Frankie and then goes out the barrel into that vault right there. And now all of our stuff is in here, so if we want to request it, just request it, send it to Frank, and it will come down here. And now we have a sword. So we now have a working storage system. That's great. We have chests before, and these are just completely unorganized. Now I need to move everything in these chests over to the vaults up there, so that I can access everything in here. I've transferred everything from over there into the storage system now, and now we have everything in here in these vaults upstairs. One problem is, though, it's all chaos right now. You can make categories in this stock ticker. So if I wanted to make like a create category and then make an attribute filter, I could set the attribute filter to just create mod items. So I can actually do that right now. So I request some brass and paper. They will come down here, make some brass nuggets and an attribute filter. I made that wrong, didn't I? Oh, you need a piece of wool. I think I have some wool in here. So if I request wool again, I can put the paper back, grab some wool, and then the brass nuggets on each side. I can set the attribute filter to, let's throw a cog in here. Reference item is, or was added by create, or is in group create, and just add attribute to list. When I put this attribute filter in here and name it create, when I open this, now all of the create mod items that are in here are at the top, and then all of this is just unsorted. Eventually I'm going to have like categories for everything. I'll have a tool category, an armor category, a food category maybe, and just have this a lot more organized than it is now. And one thing I can also do, I have 242 iron ingots, but if I grab some bolts from here, I don't have a packager or a frog board now, but I can have some chains coming off that attic over here. Oh, I still have my cows in here. I'll have to put those back up here, but I can turn this into a vault to hold all of the iron instead of having it as a chest, and then I can put a packager on this chest with a frog connected to the storage system, or on the same link network. So if I put all of this iron back in here, I think that's going in. Yes, all of the iron back in here, and then have a packager. I went and made an item hash. So how this works, I can just put it on the vault, and when I shift right click, all of the iron will go in here. And if these stupid cows are in the way. I need to move them back over to the house. So I put all of the cows back up in their pen at the house. And now, without all of them in the way, I put a depot and a brass funnel right here. Whenever I want to get some iron, I can just grab some. And eventually I'll have a packager and a frog port connected to the storage system up there. So whenever I want any iron, I can just request it from this blaze burner and it will get sent straight to Frank. Hello everyone, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be on vacation until about the 28th or 29th, so I will not be able to post episode 5 until I actually get back from vacation and make it. Sadly, I do not have any episodes that I could post while I'm on vacation, but once I get back, I will get straight back to recording episodes and posting them. So it's going to be about a week or 10 or 12 days before the next episode. I think that's about it for this episode, guys. Next episode, I do need to make a workshop down here, but we did get the storage system made. We upgraded the iron storage and the house expansion too. Pretty much doubled the size of our house with the storage interface here, and we now have a much better storage system. I'm just having a bunch of chests laying over here. I do need to decide what is going to go in this little hole. So you guys, if you want to put some suggestions in the comments of what should go here, and I'll look through them and pick the best one. That's going to be it for this episode. Bye-bye now.